करता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्णा श्री कृष्ण। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। कौन से श्लोक में है हम लोग? 75. We are studying the Brahmanande Yogananda. So, we have gone through Satta, existence and the knowledge aspect in first 10 chapters. Now, we are entering the Ananda aspect of our being. So, just to a little recap, objective world enters our mind through the windows of sense organs. Those who are hiding behind the camera, you can change your seats. There are plenty seats. Then, impressions are formed on the mind. They are gathered by the Vijnanamaya Kosha. And this is how the experience happens. Therefore, we have to get rid of this experiencer, Vijnanamaya Kosha, along with the Manomaya Kosha, the mind. Because we get tired when we keep on interacting with the world for a long period of time. So, we want to drop it. Then how do we drop? We just turn introvert. And when Vijnanamaya Kosha becomes self-oriented, that is the beginning of the deep sleep. So, tad ghanatvam sakshi bhavam dukkha bhavam prachakshate laukika tarikaka yavat dukkha nivrutti vilopanat. Therefore, this is recognized in two ways. Ignorant people take that this is the absence of miseries. But the wise people say, no, it is a positive aspect. This is so subtle. Yoga Shastra says, Nidra is a thought where absence is the object, absence of waking and dream. Because Yoga Shastra is based on Prakriti, given all the importance to the Prakriti. But when we are talking from Vedanta standpoint, then when everything is dropped, then what happens to this I? Why he has dropped? Because he was tired. And therefore, when we focus attention on the absence of everything, so that which is existing in the absence of everything is the bliss. Because extrovertedness takes us away from ourselves. So, Ananda Bimbita Chitsyad Mukam Ananda Bhojane. Therefore, in the absence, the thought of absence of everything, the consciousness reflects as Chidabhasa, and therefore this experience happens. Bhuktam Brahma Sukham Tyaktva Bahiryati Atha Karmana. Although in the deep sleep, blissful experience, yet because of the earlier habit of the karma, again one goes out of the deep sleep experience and continues living. Up to here we have seen. जन्म कर्मांतरे भूत्य तद योगाद बुध्यते पुनः इति कैवल्य शाखायां कर्मजो बोध ईरिता. So in the Kaivalya Upanishad it is said, karma janmantare yad bhut. Whatever karma we have done in the earlier life, tad yogat buddhyati naraha. Because of those earlier impressions on the mind, a person again comes back to the original habit of body identification. And thereafter the world continues. Therefore, all the waking experiences are the result of our deep impressions on our mind in the form of good or bad. Then, kanchit kalam prabuddhasya brahmanandasya vasana anugachet tatushnim aste nirvishaya sukhi. Then, when a person is kanchit kalam, for a short period of time, prabuddhasya, when he is out of the deep sleep, brahmanandasya vasana anugachet, the lingering vasana, the lingering experience, what we call in Hindi as Kumari. In Kumari, it is an experience which you cannot explain what it is like. After you have very deep sleep and then you get up out of the sleep, not out of the bed, that time, that experience which is there, it is the lingering bliss of the deep sleep. So, anugachet tushnim aste nirvishaya sukhi. So, in that experience, there is no object because of which we are happy. Is only the lingering happiness from the deep sleep. And therefore, thereafter what happens? Karma bhi prerita paschat nana dukkhani bhavayan shanaihi vismarati brahmananda mesho akhilo janaha. And after that, then suddenly we remember, oh come on, I have to get ready for my talk. So you get up and start doing the things, and all the bliss that we had in the deep sleep is completely forgotten. And then where I am, when I am, what I am, the whole samsara begins. See? And Shanai Vishmarati Brahmananda. And slowly we forget the experience that we had in the deep sleep. See? Because we have become extrovert. Our attention is on the worldly things and beings. Then we start imagining, I don't have that object. Unless I have that object, how can I be happy? And then the mind starts helping us see that object is the source of happiness. Without that, there cannot be completeness in life. In this manner, slowly, the mind, because of the old habits, start projecting. And that projected condition of the mind again pushes us into the worldly activities. So, karma viprerita paschat, nana dukkhani bhavan, shanai vismarati. Then he gets so much involved and become miserable, he forgets his own divine blissful nature. So, prag urdhva nidraya, pakshapato dine dine, brahmanande nram tena pradnya asmin vindate kaha. Now here the question is, see, we are all attached to the Brahmananda and therefore we want to go to sleep every day. Otherwise, what is the need to go to sleep? Why we go to sleep? Therefore, the pradnya asmin kaha vadeda, who will argue against this? That no, I don't want Brahmananda, I don't want to go to sleep. On the contrary, we sleep in the satsang also. Now here, up to here, one thought. Now the doubts, question, answers are raised. Nanu tushnisthito brahmanandaschet bhati laukikaha alasascha charirarthasyuhu shastrena gurunatra kim. If, what is the deep sleep? Deep sleep, doing nothing. You are nowhere, nothing, nobody, doing nothing. That is Brahmananda, yes. Then lazy and sleepy people are fulfilled in life. And therefore, why study the scriptures? And why go to the Guru? So, for such a person, spirituality is go to sleep. And this is what most of us do. When we are tired in life, we want to have some drinks and drugs and all that, and we want to go to sleep. But that is not the sleep which gives Brahmananda, but it is artificially induced sleep. It is not natural. So, why should we study the scriptures and go to Guru? This is the question. Now the reply is, Badham Brahmeti Vidyusched Krutartha Stavadaivate Guru Shastre Vinatyantam Gambhiram Brahma Vettikaha. Wow, wow, you are really great. If you know this is Brahman, then it's perfect. Don't need. But do you know that this experience is the Brahmananda? Or it is the Sleepananda? What is that experience? See, friends, it's so important. Many times we experience, but we are not able to recognize the source of that experience. This example I gave you probably yesterday. When I want something, that want creates agitations in the mind. Agitated mind is the state of misery. Then I get that thing what I wanted. So as a result, the cause of agitation is removed. And therefore mind is now thought-free. Thought-free mind is nothing but bliss. But we know thought-free mind means either it is drunk or under anesthesia or in a swoon condition. No. Brahmananda is you are distinctly aware about everything that is happening. But nothing is touching. This example I have been referring shamelessly. Just catch this. Eyes eliminate every color and form, don't get disturbed. What sadhana will you do, tell me? Similarly, the mind also goes through good and bad experiences. Where is the problem? Problem comes when we are in between. How we get involved in between? देखो सुनो बक बक करते रहो. Keep on talking. The moment you start reacting to anything, you are born. Therefore, Vadam Brahma iti vidishchit krutatashtavadate Guru Shastri vina atyantam gambhiram Brahma vettikaha. But what is Brahman? Who will tell you? Unless you have studied the scriptures and approach the Guru, you will not know. Although you are Brahman, you will not know. See, friends, this point also I told you, gain is always through knowledge. I think I gave this example. On the airport in London, one person came to meet me, to receive me. He didn't know who am I. He had never seen. He has not seen my picture, nothing. Don't worry, I'll find out. He came. Now, in every flight, there will be at least 5-6 Babajis. And they don't come out through immigration at the same time. One by one, whatever is the queue. So, one Babaji came out. And then he received, give the mala and namaste. You are Swami Anubhavanandaji, is it not? No. I am Gadbadananda. Oh, you are not Anubhavananda. Mala vapas karo. See? Whether we are having Brahmananda, be very attentive, or Vasanananda, or Vishayananda. 3 sources of happiness. See? This is what it is probably said. So, janamyaham tvaduktya kuto me na kritarthata shrunvato tvadrusho vrittam pradnyamanyasya kaschiti. I know only by these words that I know if you say you have become fulfilled, then there was one dull person like you. He also said like that. What he said, that foolish fellow? He said, there was an announcement. Chaturveda vide deyam. Those who are Chaturvedi, that means those who know the four Vedas, they will be given this award. So Chaturveda vide deyam iti shrunvata, iti shrunvan avochat. When this was heard, one dull-witted person said, Vedas chatvara iti evam vedmi. I know there are four Vedas, therefore give me money. See, in the same manner, I know Brahmananda now. So I am realized. See, friends, therefore I told you this point. You cannot ask anybody about your spiritual evolution. You will not know yourself. Your expression will be recognized by others. See, friends, Upanishad says, Sarvani bhutani enam savvanchanti. The flower does not know it has a fragrance. It is the other people around, they know. If we are spiritually evolved, everyone in this world is receiving us with great love and affection. They approach us, we don't go there. There is one lady, very rich, dozens of servants at home. She has done only one thing in her life, shouting at the husbands. In addition to husband, shouting at the servants constantly. Do this, do that. Wow. And then when her children, everybody was married, she asked me, Swamiji, now I am free. I am thinking now, go to some temple or ashram and do seva there. So I laughed. Why are you laughing? I said, when there is a joke, you will laugh, is it not? There is a joke. You will go to the temple or ashram and do service. What will be your service? You will tell Ganesh ji, आशीर्वाद ठीक देना, उसको मत देना, वो खराब है. You have not done anything. You have been only ordering in your life. See, friends, this is what happens in most of the ashrams. Who are in the committee? Those who are retired from the government jobs. Whole life they have been working under that particular format. When they go to a new institution, they become the trustees and all that, and they implement the same old style. They don't do seva there. They go there to rule. One. Second thing, those who are utter failure in their life, they become social service people. See, friends. Therefore, Sankhyameva janati natu vedan asheshataha. You only know that there are four Vedas by number, but you don't know what are the contents of the Veda. Yadi tari tvamapi evam na ashesham brahma vesihi. Therefore, only seeing that in the deep sleep, it is the experience of Brahman, Brahmananda, you only heard, but do you have the experience? Therefore, Akhandaikarasa Maya Tatkarya Varjite Asheshatvam Sheshatvam Varta Avasarakaha. Therefore, the Brahmananda is Akhanda Ekarasa. It is unbroken, undivided, and uncreated. Therefore, in this Brahmananda, how there can be complete and incomplete? Again, this question is raised by the student. Brahmananda is absolute. But then you say, you know only part of it. How there can be part in the infinite? Brahmananda is infinite, homogeneous. How can you object that I know only the part, that means only the words, not the experience. So my knowledge is incomplete, partial. How can you say like that? Now to this argument, the teacher says, Shabdaneva pangasyaho tesham artha cha pashyasi shabda pange artha bodha te sampadyetvana shishyate. See, Shabdaneva pangsi. You are only chanting the words. See? Like Bhagavad Gita chanting fellows. Sukha dukkhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddha yujasva naivam papa mohapsasi. And then all the time miserable. I did chanting, but I did not get the first prize, The other person got. See, friends. Therefore, simply chanting the words have no meaning. Third, like, by reading the menu, your hunger cannot be satiated. We have to have the artha, meaning associated with the words. Therefore, you also must have experienced. When we listen to somebody, it clicks in one go. But other people are also telling with great erudition, scholarship, everything, yet it doesn't click. Therefore, Shabdan eva pangsi aho tesham arthancha pashyasi shabda pange artha bodha te sampadyatvena shishyate. Therefore, you have heard the words, but you are yet to realize what is the correct meaning of the words. So chanting is perfect. That is why Bhagavan says, Samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshati dukrum karane. Only ability to read Sanskrit is not knowing the subject. See? Common example, Bluetooth mouse. You tell your servant, hey, go to my table, get the mouse. So you are sitting with your laptop or your PC and you tell him to get the mouse. Spelling is the same, but that fellow doesn't know. He goes, gets a mouse trap, catches a mouse and gives you. What will you do? Word is the same, but what reference the word is used? Friends, all the problems come when words are used without reference to context. There is one girl, I scolded her a lot, and once I scolded her, you dumbo, don't understand. After that was over, then sometime again somebody did a stupid mistake. I said, you dumbo, stop that. She became angry. Swamiji, my adjective, don't give it to her, it's mine. So for her, Dhammo is only a word, no meaning. Therefore, she is not disturbed. See, friends. Therefore, arthe vyakaranat buddhe sakshat karaha avashishyate. By the strength of the grammar, you are able to understand the word, but not the sakshatkara. You have not experienced what is the meaning of Brahmananda. You are only arguing. Sakshat kurta tattva dhir yavad tavad guru upasva bhoho. Till such time you come to recognize what is the meaning of Brahmananda, till then you continue satsanga day and night. Why many people are listening to satsanga, but they are unable to be at peace with themselves and with the world around, is only because they are leading the life mechanically. They are not leading life intelligently, perfectly. Like the other day, one man, very good man, educated, coming from a good family and all that. We have to clearly understand where we are not required, we should not go. Simple. Where we are not required, we need not talk. But these common things we don't understand, and therefore we are unwanted everywhere. See? One of the reasons is unwanted gossiping habits. See? With all respect, ladies have got this disease. See, one of my experience I tell you, Amritananda Mahimas, I had to go to meet her. She said some vehicle. So when I was going from this Bandra to Nerul, so he came, I said, there was nobody in the car. Then these ammas are always available freely. Swamiji, I want to join you. Should I sit? I said, it's not my car. That poor fellow, what he will say, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when on the back side there are 4 seats, people sitting, they can't sit to each other, aage piche. Because kamras are sitting, so they can't sit. Now the one who was sitting little ahead, her mouth was inside my inner ear. It became so much that my head is going to pass. So I told my driver, say, excuse me, stop here. I got out of the. I said, you leave them, I'll wait here and then we'll go to it. No, Swamiji, we are sorry. I said, nothing to sorry. I am feeling sorry on myself. You are a manufacturer's defect. Why don't you keep your mouth shut? The amount of energy required for physical activity and amount of energy required for talking, proportion if you want to understand, if 10 kilos of energy is required to work for 10 hours, then 10 kilos of energy is required for talking for 1 hour. And what they will talk? He said like this, she said like this. This I have experienced, That's why when I am going in the car, if somebody is there, you can't talk anything. Because the moment you talk something, it goes on the WhatsApp. I was going with Swamiji and he had a backache. Immediately, all the people start sending me message and medicines. Swamiji, you take this, you take this, you take this. Who was the broadcasting institution? See, friends, that is why we are not wanted by the world. So, astam etad yatra sukham syan vishayir vina tatra sarvar vidyetam brahmanandasya vasanam. See? Now let us come to the main topic. Astam etad yatra tatra. Ab jo hai wo theek hai, okay? Now let us not discuss further. Now, sukham syan vishayehi vina. Happiness or bliss, independent of the objective pursuit. Tatra sarvatra vidhetam brahmanandasya vasana. Because in the deep sleep, we have no discussion, no object, nobody. In the same thing, we are able to experience in the waking, wherein there is no topic to discuss, there is no topic to see, hear, but you are not sleeping. This is Brahmananda. Who can help us? Therefore, spiritual practice is a process of undoing and unbecoming. Don't become spiritual. We don't have to become divine. Then we have to unbecome the undivine. Like a man doesn't have to become man. He has to unbecome husband. He has to unbecome son. He has to unbecome father. So to unbecome the son, husband and father, what he has to do? Kill the father, kill the wife, kill the son. What he has to do? So this undue importance and value that we have given to anything or anybody become the source of disturbance. Like, I was in a retreat and there used to be one lady, professional sleeper, but she has to go for every retreat. Finally, I had to tell, hereafter you are not coming for any retreat. So, she will be sitting right in front and go to sleep. And then when she was told, no, I was doing meditation. It was good that I am at a distance. नहीं तो एक लगा दे meditation. See, where we are not required, we should have the wisdom to keep away rather than getting hurt and disturbed. Second important point. Like we have some allergy about the food, gluten allergy. Like I have got trouble if I take milk products continuously. Once in a while is okay. If I take regular basis, then all my digestion gets upset. So I don't take it. Does it mean that I have got hatred for that? Exactly the same way, with many people, our chemistry doesn't match. Keep away. Rather than forcing and create unpleasantness in your mind, keep away. If that fellow doesn't understand, we should understand. Because our peace is important. See, friends? Therefore, astam etar yatra yatra sukam syad vishayaihi vina tatra sarvatra vidhetam brahmanandasya vasanam. So when we are out of the deep sleep, the Brahmananda that we had, and that means the Brahmananda that we were, not we had, the Brahmananda that we were, when out of the sleep, is a lingering fragrance. See? Like, to make this point clear, if you go through a fish market, don't buy fish, only go through fish market. When you come out, you start smelling fish. Go through the flower market, you start getting the smell of the flowers. Therefore, this is Brahmananda Vasanam, lingering bliss. Vishayeshu api labdeshu tadicho parame sati antarmukha manovruttau ananda pradibimbati. Vishayeshu api labdeshu, whatever object we wanted, when we get that object, then ichha uparame sati. Now our desire for that object is gone. This is what just now I told you. I want a cup of tea, desire. When I get a cup of tea, now the desire for the cup of tea is gone. Then what will happen? Antarmukhi manovruttau. Then the mind has become introvert. And in that introvert mind, anandaha pratibimbati. See, ananda, the bliss reflects. Now this also we have to clearly understand. If Paramatma is in the world, in the sense organs, in the mind, in the intellect, why his reflection is not falling everywhere? Why the reflection of Paramatma as a Chidabhas falls only in the thought, not anywhere else? So we have to understand there are two types of lights. One light is a common light. Like if I can see you, some of you, those who have got the ek raat mein do chand khile, those who are no more carrying the burden of the garbage on their head, there will be two lights. One is the general light, second is a reflected light at a particular spot. Similarly, there are the light, the consciousness expresses in two ways. In the general light, everything is made available. But the knower is born only in the thought of the object where the Chidabhasa happens. So two lights. In the general light, everything is known. But to whom? See? In this hall, if nobody is there, and we ask somebody, hey, who is there? I think there may be somebody. How do you know? Unless you go and see. So this is the basic rule. Knowledge cannot happen without the involvement of a knower. So the general light is illuminating the whole world. But it is only the knower. Who is the knower? When the buddhi vritti, that means when the object is included in the thought, it is that mind with the object is a thought. Now in that thought, one part is the object included in the mind. Now only inclusion of the object in the mind is not enough. Now in that thought, objective thought, the consciousness reflects as Chidabhasa, and the thought with the Chidabhasa becomes the knower. So this thought has got two aspects. One is the general aspect, what we call technically as vritti vyapti. And second thing, the knower aspect is the phala vyapti. The vritti vyapti is inclusion of an object in the mind, and phala vyapti is the knower of the object. See, otherwise what will happen? Both objects are there. They are both illuminated in the light. But unless there is a knower, it cannot be known. And therefore, here it is said, Visheshu labdeshu tad ichcha uparame sati antarmukham avruttau ananda pratibimbati. When the mind has become introvert, everything is dropped. Now the bliss is manifested, reflected in the thought-free mind. Be attentive. When an object is there in the mind, a thought is born, and the thought is an abscess on the mind. And when an object is known, whatever you wanted, you get the object, immediately the thought disappears. In the disappearance of the thought, the bliss surfaces. Thought-free mind is bliss. You can see the backdrop. There are so many wrinkles in that. Because of those wrinkles, it becomes specific. When all wrinkles are gone, where they are gone? Nowhere. They only appeared. Similarly, thoughts are nothing but mind. But in the womb of the thought is an object. And what is an object? Whatever we have given importance. So you give importance to anything in this world, you will suffer. Give to anything. Friends, the only thing is remain indifferent. So, antarmukhi vrutto ananda pratibimbati. Therefore, there are three types of happinesses. Brahmanando vasanacha pratibimba iti trayam antarena jagatyasmin anando nasti kaschana. So there are only three types of happiness in this world. First is Brahmananda. Brahmananda is uncreated bliss. Brahmananda. Second is Vasanananda, when we are out of the sleep, for a lingering period, we carry the fragrance of that blissfulness. You must have experienced this thing at least once in a while. Many times when we are all the time agitated type of person, when we get up, start barking. Once a person got up and his son, he was taking something and that glass fell from his hand and it broke into pieces. And then the father saw that he got up from the sleep and he said, did you get hurt anywhere? It's okay, we'll collect it, clean it. Immediately the son ran to the mother. Mummy, Papa is all right, just check. Why beta, why? No, when that happened, the glass broke, he got out of the sleep, he did not shout and did not beat me. I expected I am going to be killed now. But on the contrary, he said, it's okay, did you get hurt anywhere? Something is wrong with him. A person who is always barking brand, if he is quiet, it is a surprise. Ascharyavat pashyati kashchidenam. Same way, when we know only Vasanananda or the Vishayananda. Therefore, three, Brahmanando, Vasana and Pratibimbasya. Iti trayam antarena, other than these three, asmin jagati, in this world, anando nasti kaschana, there is no fourth happiness. And what we know? Only Vishayananda. Once in a while, Vasanananda. Brahmananda only heard. Now we are going further. Tatha cha Vishayanando Vasanananda ityamu anando janayennaste Brahmananda swayam prabha. Now between this, among these three, Vishayananda and Vasanananda, they are created. I want something, I get that, I am happy. I want something, I don't get that, I am unhappy. So our happiness is a created happiness under n number of factors. Vishayan. And Vasanananda, that is also lingering happiness after the deep sleep. It's over. So they are created, begin and end. But Brahmananda Swayam Prabha. Now when we are out of the deep sleep, what is the normal statement? I had a good sleep and I was very happy. So you cannot remember anything unless you have experience. In the deep sleep, there is no experiencer. Then how do you say that I had a good sleep and I was happy? How do you say? If you are asked to speak on the what you call childhood of Vivekananda, what will you do? Go to Google, tell the chat, get it written and read it out. Suppose you are given 15 minutes to speak, you prepare accordingly, but your calculation goes wrong and your talk is over in 5 minutes. Now 10 minutes, how to fill them up? Then okay, never mind. Now you talk about yourself. No problem. Because you have experienced that. See? So, do we prepare to talk about our past? No, we know that. We have gone through. See? Now here, Brahmananda. Brahmananda Swayam Prabha. It is not like the memory that we are talking about. Because Swayam Prabha. In the deep sleep, there is no mind functional. Therefore, it is not a thought happiness. It is not the thought of happiness. Swayam Prabha, because the Brahmananda doesn't require any known means of knowledge. This is what we told in simple words. Experience which does not involve any known means of knowledge is Brahmananda. Pramana Nirapeksha Anubhuti. Remember these three words. So what are the pramana? Sense organs, eyes and ears. Dekho, suno, mat bolo. You have conquered 1/3. Second thing. The second means of knowledge is mind. Let there be joy and sorrows. Don't talk about it. Joy and sorrows will dissolve. Then third is intellect. I. I had a good time. When this I also dropped, what remains is the Brahman. Udasina vadasinam asaktam teshu karmasu. Therefore, Vishayananda, Vasanananda, they are Janayan Aste, they are created. Brahmananda Swayam Prabha. The bliss that we are, we don't require any known means of knowledge. Then how do we come to know this thing? Shruti, Yukti, Anubhutibhyaha, Saprakasha Chidatmake, Brahmanande Suptikale, Siddhe Satyanyada Shruno. Suptikale, in the deep sleep, Saprakashe Chidatmake, the self is effulgent conscious being that we are, is the Brahmananda, Sati, Siddhe Sati. Thus it is proved. Then how it is proved? Shruti, Yukti, Anubhutibhyam. Now be Anubhutibhyam. Be very attentive. There are three stages through which the scrutiny goes of your spiritual evolution. First, you have studied the scriptures, Shruti. Then you don't accept it dumb way. Kaha to hoga hi, no? No. Yukti, you work on it. How it is possible. Normally how we work, how it is not possible. Therefore, Shraddha Yukta. Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Satya Buddhyavadharana. So what is said in our scriptures, how that is right. This interaction with the scriptural statement in its positive approach is the yukti, the logic. And once you are convinced of what is said in the scripture is right, then nobody can disturb you. See, for example, if you are convinced that you do not die, it is the body that falls. Nothing happens to me. The body falls. Now, is the body also dying? Body also doesn't die. Because what is the body? It is assembly of 5 elements. They are disintegrated. Who died? These small little things are so deep if you work on it. See? And this you can see in your day-to-day experiences. One child, I went to their house, he took me to his room. He said, Swamiji, I'll show you, I have made so many things out of those plastic blocks, whatever you call them. He says, see Swamiji, I have made these. How it is? I said, what is the use of looking at it? Why? You are not going to give me anything. Simply looking and going. It is something like, looking at the ice cream and going without eating. I don't know. No, you want, you take whatever you want. I said, okay, I don't have a house, I'll take this house. I like it. He said, take it. When I went, he said, wait a minute, no hurry. Why? I will take out my blocks. You take the house. You say, you wanted a house. You didn't say you wanted that blocks. Even the child understands that when the house is dismantled, nothing is destroyed. If you are able to digest this, your whole quality of life will change. What will be the quality? ना जीने की तमन्ना है, ना मरने का इरादा है. Then life is lived through us. Oh Maharaj. Therefore, Shruti, we have heard, Yukti, we interacted in a positive way so that we are convinced, and Anubhuti, it will lead to your direct personal experience. We don't have to prove anything to anybody. Remember this principle. On spiritual path, we don't have to prove anything to anybody in this world. We have to just be. Brahmanande supti kale siddhe sati anyadashruno. Therefore, in the deep sleep, unlike the Vishayananda and Vasanananda, in the deep sleep, you do not require any means of knowledge. Who told? Scriptures tell. After we hear from the scripture, then we interact. Really, if in the deep sleep we were so happy, how it was known to me when I am awake? Because in the deep sleep I was there, now I am the same. See? So I am self-effulgent, self-established. We don't have to go and take anybody's certification whether I am or I am not. And therefore, that experience which does not involve operation of any known means of knowledge is Brahmananda. So, about this, the teacher gives one more example. Yaha anandamayaha suptau sa vidnyanamayatmatam gatva swapram prabodham va prapnoti sthana vedataha. Now this Brahmananda which was in the deep sleep experience, Vijnanamayata Atmatam Gata. Now he again goes back to Vijnanamaya Kosh. Be attentive. I am looking at the text on this phone. It is introvert for me. And when I turn it the other way around, it is gone. It is no more available. Then I will be seeing the backside. Exactly. In the deep sleep, our Vijnanamaya Kosha was introvert. Therefore, please remember, Vijnanamaya Kosha itself is the Anandamaya Kosha when it is introvert. And Anandamaya Kosha itself is the Vijnanamaya Kosha when it is extrovert. See? So, yaha Anandamaya Suptau sa Vijnana Mayatmatam Gatva. He becomes Vijnanamaya because he has become extrovert. Then, what will happen? Swapnam prabodham va prapnoti sthana vedataha. Now, when he has become extrovert, now to what he is identifying with. If with the mind and the modification, dream. If with the body, the waking experience. Now, this example I had told you, not recently, but many years before. Once I was in England. My friend, he is a Swami, English Swami. He came to receive me in the evening at 7 o'clock or so, 7:30. And we had to drive to go to Wales, maybe about 4 or 5 hours drive. When we started, after about 2 hours or so, his mother's phone came. And she said, By the time you will reach the ashram, it will be so late, 1 o'clock. And what will you do there? Tomorrow morning you will not be able to do anything so early. Therefore, why don't you come and stay tonight at home and go tomorrow? My friend asked me. I said, I have no problem. So we went and stayed. That particular experience has changed my clear understanding into conviction. So, a nice bed, next to me some beautiful bookscape, water bottle, everything. And I lied down and then took one book to read. After I read few pages, I put it down. Now I had to switch off the light. I wanted to see where it is. I could not see. I had to get up and see where is the light. Like this bright light. I saw the switch, switched off, but in that is a bright light have entered my eyes. So strong. And when I closed my eyes, I saw those bright lights. When I opened my eyes, I saw the street lights. Again I closed the eyes, I saw that bright light. Opened, saw the street light. Eureka! The one who is seeing, experiencing the waking experiences, and the one who is going through the dream experiences, they are not two. Although, because of the conditioning, they appear to be waker and dreamer. So either give validity to the dreamer as a waker or devalue the waker. How do we give validity to the waker? By writing autobiography of a Dumbo. Either write autobiography of a dreamer or don't write autobiography of a waker. See? It is the same one. Vijnanamaya was nothing but Anandamaya, and this Vijnanamaya identified with the father has become the son, with the wife has become the husband. Is that man two of them? Only one. See, friends, in this knowledge, you don't get anything. At the same time, you don't lose anything. Therefore, Anandamaya Suptau sa Vijnanamayat Atmatam Gatva Sapnam Prabodham Va Prapnoti Sthanam Edataha, according to the place, whether it is the mind or the body. Netre, now what are the places where the Vijnanamaya Kosha functions? And he is the one, because of the conditioning, he appears to have taken three positions. Netre Jagaranam, Kanthe Swapna, Suptir Rudambuje, Apadamastakam Deham, Vyapya Jagarti Chetanaha. The same Chetana, the same reality, the same conscious being is existing as a waker in the right eye, Dakshinakshi. So eye means what? The gross body identification. Dakshinavritti. Then Kanthe Sapna. In the nerves only the dream happens. Structural body is not required. And Supti Vrudam Muje, and in the heart is the deep sleep. These are the three places where through the Anandamaya Kosha, having become the Vijnanamaya Kosha, becoming extrovert, starts expressing in three ways. Like the son, husband, father. So, husband, son and father Are they structural differences or functional? Think. The son doesn't have a tail. The father doesn't have the horns. The husband doesn't have the tail. See? Functional differences. So when the same man is in front of the father, we pretend to be obedient. When in front of the son, try to be very disciplined and goody-goody. In front of the wife, keep mouth shut. That's it. Only functional differences. So, when we talk about the waker and life history of somebody, we are 100% wrong. See, friends, if we really mean business on the spiritual path, I am talking to you. But do you mean then, like Swami Vivekananda, there are so many volumes of what work he has done? Kshama karna, I am in the wrong place, get away. See, friends, therefore, नेत्रे जागरणम कंठे स्वप्न सुप्ति वृदम मुझे आपादमस्तकम देहम व्याप्त जागृति चेतना. So, the consciousness is from the top to the toe, expressions when identified with the body, the waker, identified with the mind, the dreamer, identified with the absence of the two in the deep sleeper. So, it is the same reality. This is what Bhagavad Gita tells, Mattaha Smriti Jnanam Apoharancha, 4 things. I alone support the waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. Therefore, this I is worthy of knowing. And if we come to know this I correctly, perfectly, without any doubt whatsoever, what will happen? Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. Spirituality is not living thing and going in the jungle. No. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. Deha tadatmyam apanna taptaya pindavad vrtaha taptaya pindavat tataha aham manushya ittevam nishchittei avatishtingate. Then Dehatma tadatmyam apanna. Now this pure consciousness getting identified through the Vijnanamaya Kosha as the body, then how is the identification? Tapta ayapindavat. If you take, ayas means the iron, steel. You take a laddu of iron, put it in the fire for 5-6 hours. Then take it out with your own hands. Then you will discover what I am telling you. Fire has no weight, but the weight of the steel or the iron is imposed on the fire. The steel has no red color, but the color of the fire is superimposed on the steel. Fire has no shape, but the fire has adopted the shape of the iron, it has become round. See, friends. Meaning mutual transfer of attributes. Anyonya adhyas, as it is called. Now, same way, the Vijnanamaya Kosha getting identified with the body, thereafter I am body. Body is changing, but I is the same. And therefore, people call me old, but I don't feel I am old. You cannot feel. That is a tragedy. Friends. So, aham manushya ittevam nishchitte avatishtate. Thereafter, This Vijnanamaya Kosha start living as I am a man, I am a woman. And there the whole life is only living as man or woman, and then the second generation is born. Mother, father, brother, husband, wife, all. Samsara begins. Friends. Then there are different stages through which one can go. Udasinaha, Sukhi, Dukhi, Avasthatrayametyasau. When I am identified with the body, there are three types of experiences that we go through. One is Udasinaha, indifferent. Second, Sukhi, when something is according to our choice, whatever happened, we are happy. When something is contrary to our expectation, we are Dukhi, miserable. So, Avastha Trayam Eti Asau. So, this Vijnanamaya Kosha, becoming identified with the gross body, goes through three experiences: indifferent, joyful, or miserable. Three of them. Now, Sukha Dukhe Karma Karye. When something you are doing, you are successful, you are happy. When something you are doing, you are a failure, you are miserable. See? And Audashinyantu Swabhavataha. But by default, we are indifferent. Be very attentive. When something has happened, but you do not know that, you are Brahmananda. When something has happened, you know that you have become happy or miserable. You are a waker. So what will be the spiritual practice? Joy, sorrows come. Don't become joyful, sorrowful. How? Because you have no comments to offer. Therefore, be attentive. Living in the waking world as drashta is the first step. Then, with all by yourself, not getting disturbed by the kind of thoughts that erupt in the mind, then that is the sakshi. And then, while living in this world day-to-day things, you are undisturbed by whatever is happening in this world or whatever is happening to you. Udasina vadasinam asaktam teshu karmas. So this audasinyantu swabhavataha. By default, we are untouched by anything. See? Like the vision is untouched by colors and forms. Mind is untouched by the good or bad things. We are untouched by waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. Audasinyam tu swabhavataha. We don't have to become divine. We are. See? Swabhavataha. And therefore, Bhaya Bhogan Manorajan Manoraja Sukha Dukkhe Dvidhamate Sukha Antaraleshu Bhavet Tushnim Avastitihi. So when we are either going through the experiences, the worldly objects, indulgence, or Manorajan, or imagining the things, as a result, either we get joy or sorrows. But in between the two, Sukha Dukkhantaraleshu, there is the joy, then there is the misery. So in between there is a gap. In that gap is Bhavet Tushtim Avastitihi. And for this purpose we told you that Dekho, Suno, Mat Bolo, no reactions. Because what we see the finite. One person has come, he has gone. Second person has come, he has gone. In between there is no person. One word we have heard, thereafter silence. Second word we have heard, again silence. So if we focus our attention in between, antaraleshu, that experience is our divine being. Therefore, friends, we are again and again telling, the moment you see and hear, don't comment, you are in that antaral. Meaning, seeing is happening, but seer is not born. Experiencer is happening, experience is happening, but experiencer is not born. We are not like stones. We are very much alive in this world. Okay? That is Brahmananda. न कापि चिंता में तु अस्त अद्य सुखमासे इति ब्रुवन् औदासीन्ये निजानंद भानम भक्ति अखिलो जलहा. Therefore, in this Nijananda Bhanam, our own blissful being, experience of our own blissful being, na kwapi chinta me asti adya, I don't have any problem today. I am happy. Audasinne. Therefore, we are indifferent to all that is happening. This is Nijananda Bhanam. This is called as the blissful experience of one's own being. We all know happiness through getting something or losing something. But this happiness is not created. It is not a product of any action. It is uncreated blissful being. This is what every one of us says. Now here, after, another theme begins from the 96th verse. Aham asmiti ahankara sammat ichchadi tattvataha nijanando nukyam kintu asau tasya vasana. What is this? We'll see in our tomorrow's class. Verse number 96. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.